Welcome to Vegas Live with Ninon, and of course my director does ask if I'm live. Of course I'm live. But am I live for the camera? Of course I am. I have Rich Hopkins with me. And actually I interviewed you some time ago on a red carpet for a movie.
It was Party Bus to Hell.
Party Bus to Hell,
which has now been renamed Bus Party to Hell.
Oh, Bus Party to Hell. They always rename things, don't they?
Yeah, well...
I never know why, because I always think they've got all the publicity out there on one name, then they change it to another name.
Well, I actually do know why, is because the distribution company they hooked up with said that they would have a higher ranking, and it's easier to find on like Amazon or Netflix.
That's a great idea.
Because the B comes before the P. So when you're shuffling through...
I'm going to remember that. You just think, because I'm doing something else actually on the internet and everything, and you've just given me something that is L.
No charge.
No charge.
It's all yours.
No charge. Now, what Rich does, actually, you are a stuntman. And you've been doing it for quite a few years.
Yes.
And he's still in one piece, barely.
And I've been put back together a couple times.
Christy, P45 routine. Was there any Christy P45?
The worst injury?
Yes, the worst. I mean, you know, as we say, when I went to hell.
Well, the worst injury probably was flying a paraglider through a split rail fence. When I was shooting a watch commercial in Crested Butte, Colorado.
Okay.
And it was the last shot of the day, and all these storms were brewing. And the director and producer were like, we're gonna
do it regardless.
No, they were saying we're not gonna do it.
Oh.
And I was saying, no, this is the money shot. We're gonna do this. So I took off of this cliff, came flying in, and then all of a sudden this wind gust just blew me out of the air. It threw a fence, and my back exploded, and my ankle exploded.
I can feel it right now.
Yeah, that was a tough one, but that's the only.
How long did that take to get back together again? It's like Humpty Dumpty.
A month or so. I hobbled around a little bit, and then I got back into it.
So what made you to start to go into doing stunts? Because you're obviously doing something that a star is not going to do.
Vanessa, our party of 5 routine was ready?
Yeah, I know, that's fine. Which means that you're not going to ever be that actor because you're playing his part.
Well, I guess the way I got into it, I grew up in San Diego County by the beach, and I grew up surfing and rock climbing and jet skiing and all this.
All the lovely above.
Well, what they call now
sports.
action sports.
Action sports.
There was no such thing back in the day. We were just like, hey, we just love to do a bunch of different sports.
Of course.
And about 1989, I decided to take those skills and segue that into the film industry.
Yeah.
So I moved up to LA in 1989. And so I'm close to 30 years in the business now.
And you love every minute of it.
Absolutely.
So what's the hottest movie you've been in? You've got to have been in quite a few hot movies.
Yeah, well, the biggest name movie that people would recognize would be like Too Fast, Too Furious. I was one of 50, 60, 70 stunt drivers, and we had to do all the formation driving on the freeways and not run into each other. So
obviously they didn't.
So yeah, and then after 30 years, I've built a pretty decent resume.
I was going to say, we have a resume here,
yeah,
which is pretty cool.
It's pretty complete.
And this is an awful lot of stuff that he has done, obviously. And these are all photographs of different things that you have performed and everything else. But this one is your more recent.
Well, this is I just sent out. Some people watching this may have received this. This is the work that I've done this year alone. So far,
which
it's been
amazing.
a really
because you've been in a tremendous 26 years of action safety.
I started my company, Thrill Seekers Unlimited, 26 years ago in 1992 here in Vegas. So it's been really, really busy the last 2 or 3 years.
I was going to say, why did you start in Vegas? Because in Vegas, in that time, they weren't doing all the movies.
No, it's weird. I ended up in Vegas. My mom lived out here, and a couple friends lived out here, and I was struggling, being a upcoming green person in the business in LA, starving to death with 4 roommates, eating top ramen, and I had an opportunity
and
to
rice
come out
every day.
Exactly. So I started at the bottom like everyone else, and there was a handful of people in the film business out here. There was really no stunt people out here, so all of a sudden the light bulb went off.
No competition.
Yeah, so I started my company in 1992, and
you've been ever since you've been doing well.
Pedal to the metal.
Pedal to the metal. But I think what it truly is any business. Actually, is hard work.
Launching party of 3. Your table is ready. Launching party of 3.
You like that?
Is that us?
That's us.
Yeah, it is hard work. Perseverance
Yes.
pays off, no matter if you're an actor, a musician, a stunt person. You fall down, you dust yourself off,
and pick yourself up
get
and
back
get
up
back
and-
on the road again.
Yeah. Well, the other thing
Absolutely.
too is I think nowadays people want to take the easy way in, and for somebody to have longevity in the business, you can't take the easy, cheesy way.
I don't think you can take the easy, cheesy way to anything. Personally, my own opinion.
Yeah,
And that's to do with acting, that's stunt, or that's a character actor, whatever you want to be. I think you have to work, and the only people that really, really make it are the people that work very, very hard. And I know many of them.
Absolutely.
They work very, very hard in their
agree.
business. They like it's like the musicians. A lot of them make it, a lot of them don't, and that's because a lot of them practice and practice and practice, and they'll take all these jobs and they'll work their way up and they do what they have to do. Whereas a lot of people, they just sit back and wait for the music to play for them.
Well, it's not really going to happen that way. The people that have longevity in the business really take pride in learning their craft.
Yes.
Nowadays, I think the younger, I'm kind of old school, but a lot of the younger set, no matter whether they're actors or crew people, they kind of try to take the easy way in. And the other thing too is when I got in the business, I was a sponge for knowledge, especially being a stunt.
You probably still are.
Well, no, absolutely. If I find somebody in stunts, which I'm kind of an old timer now, there's a handful of people with more experience than me, I still want to learn from them.
Of course.
But a lot of the younger generation, they think they know it all.
Yes, and they go out and do it and they fall flat on their nose.
Yeah, so, I've
So do you teach them now? Are you going to sort of, start teaching them and helping them, and you can also make an extra living that way as well?
No, I've tried to do a couple workshops before, and unfortunately, I kept getting requests, we want to learn how to do high falls. We have airbags and big pit mats and stuff, and we've done a couple clinics doing that. I had a lot of requests for me to teach people how to do fire burns, like full body burns.
Fire burns.
And so I put together a whole curriculum, a whole program, and there are some expenses involved in that because you have your stunt gel and your Nomex. You have to have a
Absolutely.
You have to have a fire safety crew there, and I had about 8 people sign up, and only 2 people actually followed through. Well,
really?
we canceled it because it wasn't cost effective to have 2 people do it.
Do you think that's more like Vegas? Vegas is very much like that. Vegas is very much
Flaky? I'll straight up say
I didn't
flaky.
say it, but I don't want to call it flaky.
I'll say it.
The reason I don't want to call it flaky because my show is a show where actually I promote people like you. I promote people in the music industry. I promote people in real estate. In actually whatever goes on in Vegas, I kind of, well, not everything.
Yeah, right.
But not everything, because Vegas is Vegas. Remember that. Yeah. But a lot of stuff I promote and help people know that there are other businesses in Vegas and there are other people in Vegas, and that's what I sort of do. So for me, it's sort of turning the flake into reaction.
Yeah.
To make sure they do something and make sure. So, well, have you really enjoyed your? You've been in your business a long time. Have you really enjoyed it? And sort of, is it a challenge to each one you go out to each stunt you do?
Absolutely. I mean, my dad always told me, find out what you're passionate about and what you love to do, learn your craft really well and stay persistent, and it will pay off. And after 30 years, I'm probably at the forefront of my
when I look at
business.
this, we've still got, I think, 6 months left. No, we haven't. We've got 5 months left of 2018.
It's been
this
a good
is what
year.
you've done. You've done an 7 Days Alive. I mean, I can...
Currently shooting.
What is this?
That's a Netflix show called
Netflix.
Degenerates, and the cool thing about this show was the director, Jeff Tomzik, actually was the director of the film Tag that's out right now.
Oh, really? And Tag's right out now.
Yeah.
Oh, so what I want to ask you, Netflix has really increased the movie industry as of not being on the big screens but going directly to Netflix. That's pretty cool.
It's pretty smart. I mean, they're taking their money and producing their own content, which is better because then they don't have to pay a distributor or a production company to lease their content. They cut out the middleman, so to speak. So Amazon,
Netflix is cutting out the middleman.
Oh, absolutely. They're producing their own content.
Maybe I can get Vegas Live on Ninon on Netflix.
Right here.
Can we do that? Can we do that? I could get him to help me do that because I don't know anybody in Netflix, but maybe now I do. Maybe there's somebody really out there that will. We could be fill-ins. Because I do 10-minute interviews. I do 10-minute interviews. I can do a 5-minute. I can do a 2-minute interview. I can talk really fast.
I like that. Well, if Netflix picks up your show, I'll light you on fire.
I love it. And that'll be his personal stunt for me. I love it.
Okay.
I love that. But I'm looking at all the stuff you've done. And as you say, Art of the Dead. What did you do in Art of the Dead?
I'll pretty much what I do is stunt coordinating.
Okay.
And if there's something that like right now on 7 Days Alive, I'm the stunt driving coordinator. My buddy Jeff J is the coordinator.
Okay.
But I handle all the stunt driving. So I like to get down and dirty too, but most of the time I'm behind the camera working with the director.
Oh, that's wonderful.
But I can't let the kids have all the fun. You like
to get up there and do a little bit of stunt. So you still do a lot of stunt work yourself?
Absolutely. This is playing right now.
This is playing. This is called Palms?
No, the Palms Hotel.
Oh, this is at the Palms Hotel?
Yeah.
From Dust to Gold.
Yeah, that's airing.
That's definitely Vegas.
Yeah, this commercial right here we shot a couple months ago. It's airing nationwide right now. The budget on this commercial alone was $1 million.
Just for a commercial?
Yep.
I know that they're $1 million, but they can even go higher than that. So who knows what they are? I mean, they're amazing.
It was a great commercial. And then this.
What is this?
I was a stunt coordinator for
Laura,
video.
your tables ready?
But the reason we keep having these speakers, we film at the Peppermill Lounge here in Las Vegas.
This place.
And we're on the Strip, and everybody says, "Oh, Ninon, get rid of the speaker." I said, "No, I like the speaker.
I like it
all
too.
that.
I'm waiting for him to call my name.
Your table's not ready yet because you're being otherwise occupied on Vegas Live with Ninon. There you go.
So Imagine Dragons is a very well-known national band that are actually based here in Vegas, and I had the good honor of working on their video called Next to Me. I was a stunt coordinator, but they also asked me to play the cop.
Oh my goodness!
So I had an acting role, and then took care of all the shootouts and the stunt driving. And
this is amazing. I'm so proud.
We have fun.
This gentleman on the show is absolutely amazing. And actually, we can still hear me because I'm talking into a mic, and I've got mics everywhere. We're very well coordinated.
We have a mic here, and a mic here,
and a mic here, and a mic there. I've got mics everywhere. In the meantime, how can anybody get hold of you to do their stunt work?
Well, my website. I'm in the production directory locally here.
Thrillers Unlimited, right?
You could close. It's Thrill Seekers Unlimited.
Oh, Thrill Seekers.
Yeah.
Got that little.
I know.
Thrill Seekers Unlimited. Let me get that straight for you. Yeah. And they can reach you there, and you can.
Yeah, most film people know me.
They know you.
I've been here for a while, but
film industry in Vegas is getting bigger.
I believe with the economy picking up, people have more opportunities to do filming. I just hope that everyone does it safe, because there's a lot of upcoming filmmakers that want to do stunts, but they don't have the budget to hire somebody like me to handle it professionally.
I'm not going to ask you how much you charge, because I'm sure you charge different for each film,
right.
And I'm sure your price is very high. So let's not scare anybody away.
Well, the main thing is doing it right, because we've had people go out with guns in industrial areas and have little shootouts, and next thing you know, you have the SWAT team showing up for real, putting them in jail. The worst thing is somebody getting actually shot by this. The whole thing is do everything right. Get your insurance, get your permits. Because when I go to permit meetings with Metro and Fire Department, they know where we're at, they know what we're doing. I just want everyone to be safe.
He wants everything about law. You are an amazing guest. Thank you so much for coming on my show.
My pleasure.
I love what you do, and maybe one day he'll call me and say, "Hey, Ninon, I want you to do this stunt for me." You never know, I might get that call. I'm waiting for it.
Okay.
We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.
See ya.